We continue modeling the surrounding, and here we have things ready from the previous session. And here we start by going and importing the pergola and place it in the site. The pergola is from previous session, so you place it somewhere, and it was imported as one layer, so not to mess up with other layers. When we have this ready, we want to create some kind of we have seen ready here, but what we want to create, we want to create some kind of walk around, and we will use then the combination of scenes and in order to make the animations. The process starts in doing this by creating a path. In order to do this, I go to the circle and I place a circle over the area, and this I will use as underground to create the path. Here I select it. I need to see the border lines. I need to click, go to the style edge display so I could see the borders. So I take the inner face away, and by clicking on it, and I keep the border. And what I need to create here, I want to create some main intersection points in order to stand and get some kind of a view which I could save for a scene. And I do that by going and see the segments here of the circle and make it, instead of 24 to 6. So I will have this as underlayer for my scenes as a pathway. So what I do, I try to adjust it and move it so it will be okay. I move it up in a height of about 2 meters, so it will be in the same height of an eye view. So I type 2, and yeah, it will. So when I look from there, it will not look as I'm seeing from the ground. It will be really as of an eye height. So I go and I use the position camera, and the idea here starts by placing the first point there, the camera, and the target point on the pergola where I'm looking at, and then I will have the first view. This view I could always save as a scene, so this could be the first scene. So I have the first scene, I could update it. This is a faster way to create scenes. I go to the next intersection point there, and I click there, and I target point there, and I go to the scene and I say add a new scene. So a new scene is added from that point. I do the same for the next point and the target point on the pergola, and I say add a scene. So I have 3 scenes. I go again. So in this way I produce my scenes, and I could add a new scene, and I do this for the main 6 points. So if I go through with scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, it is really like walking around this, and it will create some kind of animation. Now, but there is something missing, and that is the sky. We need to create a sky, and creating a background is not enough. We need to create really like a dome over the sky. And this starts by creating, the process starts by creating a circle. And here how we're doing it. We try to half the circle in a way, but just maybe I need to smooth the edges or the border, and I go to the entity info and make it smoother, creating 48 segments instead of 24. And now I try to half the circle. I find the center point and try to find an end point there, and also go to the other side parallel there, and I find the center point again and go with a line, a help line for me, and then I create an arc from that point to that point with this height. Okay, this is done. We take away that part. this line and we keep that part. And now what I'm doing is smooth this part of the arc by giving it a bit higher value for segments. 12 should be okay. And then what I'm doing, I'm going to use a new tool. This is called the follow me tool. I select the borderline first, and then I go to the follow me, I select that part, and then it will follow up that edge and it creates this kind of a form. So a dome is created, I take the under part away, and then, but I need to make it as a sky, and this goes by importing an image, and sky image, which is ready made, and I import it as an image and I place it somewhere. So the principle here is I'm going to project this sky image into this dome. You see the geometry here of the dome. So what I'm doing is bringing this image underneath the dome, or the other way, bringing the dome over the sky image and try to position it in a way that it is almost the same scale. Either I scale up the image or scale down the dome. Yeah, try to find here the right scaling, and I always take away the extra geometry if there anything. And as you see, I look from the top view, which is a very good way to position things, and also in a parallel projection. And I go to the perspective again, and what I do here, I click on the image, explode it, and then with the Alt key read the image and project it into the dome. I could do it on the outside as well if I want. I could make some cleaning if I want to some geometry, if there is something wrong. For example, this line on the dome, I could take it away. I go to the geometry, show geometry, and I could take these lines away, and I could also take all this kind of, if I don't want it, I could take it away. Just a bit of cleaning here and there, so in order to make this sky dome ready for replacing over the model. So I take this bit, and now I go and make the hidden geometry off, so I will not see the geometry. This is just as a help tool. So I move now this dome over, and I do this in the top view in a parallel projection over the model, and try to position it. It might need a bit of scaling. I find it a bit small, so just scale it up. And I go to the top view again. I move it again. I need to select it first, move it, and place it. And then I go to the side view, try to lower it down, maybe the other side of it to make sure. Yeah, should be okay. I go and try to look at it in a perspective view, maybe the X-ray, just to see and check things. If I go to the first thing, I could see the sky over the model, and I could also check the scenes.